A chance encounter at River's Edge. The River's Edge Park was supposed to be a place where new friendships bloomed and serendipity thrived. That's what everyone told me. My colleagues, my college friends, even my family, as I lamented about the struggle to connect with people in Portland. Get out there and be open, they all said. Well, here I was standing in the park with my disaster of a dog, Belle, rolling in what appeared to be a forgotten pizza crust. I wasn't sure how anyone was going to notice me with my canine companion covered in cheesy debris.
Belle, come here.
I called out, racing down the grassy slope. She had attracted a following of other dogs, all of them taking turns with the crust, their owners charging over in a frenzy. We became a chaotic mess of tangled leashes and apologies. "I'm so sorry," I managed, as Belle brushed past a young woman and nearly knocked her over. She's a Labrador mix. When she finds a scent, she's unstoppable. "No problem," the woman replied, though her tone suggested otherwise as Belle jumped up, leaving cheesy paw prints on her immaculate white jeans. Seriously, what was I thinking? I had put on makeup for this. Belle was turning this dog park outing into a disaster zone, and I was ready to give up on the idea of making friends here. I took off my flannel jacket and tied it around my waist. The crisp autumn morning was cool, but standing here with smeared pizza on me was not ideal. I gathered my auburn hair into a messy bun, resigning myself to the fact that I wasn't looking my best today. A shout came from behind. A fluffy Samoyed was headed straight for the pizza crust, and across the park, his owner was sprinting towards us, waving frantically. No way was I going to let this end badly for someone else, so I scooped up the fluffy pup before he could reach the crust, cradling him in my arms while trying to keep the other dogs at bay with my knees. His owner caught up, breathless. "Nice save," they said, glancing at the pizza crust with relief. I thought I'd be leaving here with a dog who smelled like pizza. I handed over the wriggling Samoyed and looked up into the warmest brown eyes I had ever seen. My heart skipped a beat. "Glad I could help," I said, feeling a blush creeping onto my cheeks. "I'm covered in pizza, so." "Smooth, Clara." The Samoyed's owner set him down and began to rub his fur affectionately. "I'm Julian. They slashed them." "Clara," I responded. "She slashed her." Well, that was a start. A conversation. And despite the chaos, I didn't want to leave just yet. Julian was a bit taller than me, their gaze lingering in a way that made my heart flutter. They wore a stylish gray blazer with rolled-up sleeves, dark jeans, and a distinctive silver bracelet. Their short-cropped hair was tousled in a way that looked effortlessly cool, contrasting sharply with their refined but casual style. Suddenly it felt much warmer here. "I was just about to head home and give Belle a bath," I said. Belle barked loudly, eager to fetch, and Julian's Samoyed joined in, happily chasing a ball. "I think Belle has other plans," Julian said with a smile that made my heart race. Their voice was soothing and smooth. Blushing, I grabbed a stick and tossed it into the river. Belle and the other dogs rushed after it, while Julian's Samoyed padded along beside them. "I guess the river will help clean her up," I said begrudgingly. "It's a common occurrence here," Julian said, glancing at the abandoned pizza crust. "Nature's way of keeping things interesting." I grimaced as Belle and the other dogs formed a lively splash zone. Dog parks are always so unpredictable. I tend to prefer more controlled environments. Julian's smile widened. "I find unpredictability exhilarating." A breeze carried the smell of the pizza crust our way, making me gag slightly. "Should we, move away from?" "Definitely." We shuffled a few steps away from the mess. "So what brings you to the city?" Julian asked. "How did you know I'm new here?" "I come to this park every day," and I haven't seen you before. Also, your backpack patch indicates you're from a different state. I looked at the patch, my old high school volleyball team's emblem. You're observant. I like to pay attention, Julian said with a grin. The Samoyed returned to Julian, sitting by their side. Julian scratched behind its ears. Good boy, Marley. Go play. Marley, I repeated, my heart fluttering. That's such a sweet name. Julian flashed a brilliant smile. My niece named him. She's 5 and has a knack for naming pets. Belle bounded over, and I braced myself for her enthusiastic greeting. Julian's face turned to surprise when I leaped to intercept Belle's exuberant leap. Don't! I shouted, and with a swift move, I intercepted Belle's attempt to greet Julian. Marley yipped and skittered away from the chaos. Belle's muddy paws came crashing into me as I wrestled with her. I was stuck in a muddle of fur and giggles, trying to keep her from wrecking Julian's outfit. Oh no, sorry. I panted, trying to keep Belle under control. Julian caught me around the waist, steadying me and preventing me from falling into the puddles. Their touch was warm and reassuring, and I felt an unexpected thrill at the close contact. Thanks, I said, catching my breath. Their breath was soft against my skin, making my heart race. The scent of lavender from their perfume was a calming relief after the chaos. Julian's warmth and closeness made me feel a sudden pang of desire. Marley trotted off to find new friends, leaving us in a moment of unexpected intimacy. Julian pulled back slightly, a faint blush on their cheeks. So what do you do? I'm a graphic designer, I said, nervously fidgeting with my jacket. For a marketing agency. That sounds interesting, Julian said, their eyes lighting up with genuine curiosity. It's more routine than exciting, I admitted. Just designing things and meeting deadlines. Julian chuckled. Controlled and predictable? Exactly, I agreed, a smile creeping onto my face. As a group of dogs dashed past us, including Belle and Marley, I couldn't help but feel a little lightheaded. Julian's presence was electrifying. So, should I embrace a bit more chaos in my life? I asked, testing the waters. I think you should do what makes you happy, Clara, Julian said with a kind smile. Sometimes, stepping out of your comfort zone can lead to unexpected joys. A few dogs, including Marley, were now chasing after the river's ripples. Julian's honesty was refreshing. I wanted to be a painter, Julian confessed, looking off at the water. But I didn't have the courage to follow that dream. I understand that feeling, I said, feeling a connection with their vulnerability. I faced a lot of rejection before finding a job that fit. Julian's gaze was intense, as if weighing my words. It's tough, but I think you should pursue what makes you passionate, even if it means taking a risk. Belle took a sudden interest in the river, and I realized she was about to make a mess. I hurried to grab her, but in the process, I got mud on my jeans again. This isn't how I imagined meeting someone special in Portland, I blurted out, feeling embarrassed. Julian's eyes sparkled with amusement. Well, that's the adventure of it all. Marley and Belle frolicked in the water, and I was struck by Julian's charm. It was clear that they were genuinely interested in me. Hey, Julian said suddenly. I'm hosting a small dinner party this weekend. Would you like to join us for some more chaos? My heart leapt. I'd love to. Julian's face lit up with relief. Great. What's your number? I quickly typed my number into Julian's phone, feeling a rush of excitement. This wasn't just a chance meeting. It felt like a step towards something wonderful. Julian pocketed their phone with a smile. I've got to head out now. Off to my ordinary job. I guess I'll go bathe, Belle, I said, trying to hide my disappointment at their departure. It was great meeting you, Julian said, extending a hand. I shook it, feeling a spark of connection as their fingers brushed mine. Julian's gaze was warm and inviting, making my heart race. Julian lifted my hand and placed a soft kiss on the back of it, sending a shiver up my arm. As they pulled away, their eyes were full of promise. Bold move, I teased. I like to be clear about my intentions, Julian said with a wink, their smile making my heart flutter. As Belle and Marley continued to play in the river, I couldn't help but feel hopeful. Julian and I had shared something special amidst the chaos. I watched as Julian's gaze lingered on me, a mix of warmth and excitement in their eyes. Maybe, just maybe, this was the beginning of something extraordinary.